if you want to live your full potential, and if you want to shine out into the world, then sometimes you have to let go certain things in your life. And this video is about my realization, which came together very, very beautifully today in a little morning session, as almost always, with a cacao ceremony, something I recommend very much in the morning to realign with your true and pure self. And I came to a point where I really had to think about what is necessary right now. What do I have to leave behind to come into that joy, into that happiness, into that highest frequency of love, joy and happiness. And I asked myself a lot of questions, so this is a combination with a journaling exercise. If you want to reflect always, I can recommend take a journal, pull a tarot card, grab a cup of cacao, ask for guidance, and maybe you can receive also some guidance, some inspiration from that short video. So it's all gonna be about doing, living that full potential, because I believe also you had maybe these moments where you felt fully alive. This is an expression of it, the fool, the inner child which just wants to play, which runs around in joy. And I would love to invite you to get in contact with this right now. Let's put in a little exercise as well. I would love to invite you for a 1-minute meditation to connect with your Fool, with these things you really want to do in your life. I would love to invite you to have a comfortable seat. Take a deep breath in together through the nose and let go. Loosen up your shoulders, your face, and think about a moment where you felt fully alive, where you felt all that joy, all that happiness in your life. Could have been a moment on the weekend, celebrating, dancing, maybe painting, reading, doing yoga, spending time with loved ones. Where have you been happy and shining and joyful for the last time? When was it that you were shining in your full potential? Maybe you see that image. I invite you to put a little smile on your lips. Breathe in that moment one more time, where you were feeling so alive, so happy, so energized. And spread it in your body, that feeling of joy, happiness and aliveness. And then I invite you to come slowly back, move your fingers, move your body, come back to the topic of today. Now that you felt it, how alive you can feel, we can ask ourselves, what do we have to leave behind for that? What is blocking that unlimited feeling of joy and happiness? And there are many, many things, like the job, the living environment is maybe working pretty well for me at the moment, so it's maybe not the living environment. Maybe friends, relationships, work, money, the holiday you're dreaming of, the car you're dreaming of, something maybe has to leave, that you can unfold this full potential. So I really want to empower you to sense what it is, what's still blocking you. Maybe you just have to go on that journey to feel light again. And I have a very strong realization that most of these realizations are already there. And journaling question of today is, what's to not focus too much on what do we have to leave behind, because I've got a very, very interesting solution. When we really focus on what we love, when we focus on the things that make us happy, when we focus on our journey to happiness with all these different areas like friendship, love, spirituality, work, creation, living environment, all these areas of the wheel of life I'm working with in my coachings. When we focus on this and we know what we are aiming for, what we want to attract in our lives, then we can raise our frequency, we get more shiny, more bright, we get more joyful when we do more things that we love, when we start our traveling, when we buy that van to live that life, when we offer that retreat, when we share that service, when we start our singing circle, our breathwork class, our yoga class, our own little YouTube channel or blog. When we start to do what we love, we will come into our highest frequency and our highest potential. We will vibrate this potential out into the world. The world will see how joyful, smiling and happy we are, and we will attract the right things into our life. And something interesting's gonna happen. These things, we don't have to cut them off, we don't have to leave them behind, because we are walking our own path, and automatically the things which are no longer serving us will be left behind. The job will not work anymore when we all the time paint, or we DJ, or we dance, or we offer our first yoga classes. Then we feel, this is my path of passion, and the old job will be left behind pretty automatically if you are strong enough to follow your dreams, your passions, your visions. And that's what you need. You need some strength. You need some willpower to be foolish. Just be foolish. Just go for it. Do it. And all the other things will be left behind anyways. Don't focus too much on the things that you maybe cannot change. Focus on the things that you love. Walk that path. Give your energy there. This will raise your own frequency. This will raise your own light. And this will attract the right people, right circumstances, chances, abundance, and everything you're looking for in your life. I hope that resonates a little bit. Now go and do something you love today. Maybe share it with the world, that you become visible with your light, and this will automatically fall apart. So raise your frequency, become foolish, play, do what you love. And if you want any kind of support, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'm here to support you with all your questions, especially on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Ask me all your questions there. I'm happy to answer your questions with a little tarot reading, with a very individualized cacao ceremony, or with a coaching mentoring session with the Wheel of Life, where we look into all the areas of your life to find what you want and leave behind what you don't want anymore. So let's create our dream lives together. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following, liking, subscribing, and see you all in the next video, everyone.